Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Ok Zoomer, Zoom chats with creative engineers and more. My name is Aaron Lichtig, Xometry guy and former Jeopardy champion. And I am here today with Kyra Stawson. And Kyra is a technical sales engineer for the injection molding division here at Xometry. She graduated from Penn State Behrend with a degree in plastics engineering, and she has a really strong background in automotive manufacturing from her time at Toyota. And she's been a really valuable asset here at Xometry, both internally and as well as to a wide range of our customers and our partners. So Kyra, thank you for joining. Really excited to have you here today.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Awesome. So first, tell our audience about what you work on here at Xometry.
Sure. So I basically support the sales team, and what I mean by that is supporting, with daily conversations with customers in regards to their designs. So, not everybody has a background in molding, right? So there's a lot to learn there. I'm happy to look at, designs and projects as a whole, and make recommendations for materials, design features, things of that nature. So I have a wide range of projects on my plate on a daily basis that I have the pleasure of looking at.
So what got you into engineering and then specifically injection molding?
Yeah, super. Maybe funny story, but maybe not. Cute story. I went to high school in a really, really small town in northwestern Pennsylvania, and I graduated with maybe 60 people. So small. You knew everybody. Not even a stoplight in that town. Okay, we got a Dollar General, and that was it. Super exciting. So I went there, and actually, somebody that graduated years before I did. Got into the plastics industry, started their own factory or facility about an hour away in Erie, Pennsylvania. And somebody, who made it out of that town, who was successful, had a good background, everything like that, we were obligated to go and see what they did. So we went on a field trip there to their facility up in Erie. And I saw all these, injection molding machines everywhere. And at that time, I was about a senior in high school, so I already knew kind of what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to do engineering. I was always really good at the math and science aspect of things. However, I didn't know which one exactly. So I had already applied to college as undecided engineering. And then when we went on this field trip, I went there, got introduced to the field, to the industry, got really excited about it. This facility that I'm talking about was responsible for probably like 80% of the deodorant stick market or something like that. So such a common product, right? But you actually got to see how it was made, and it was so interesting to me. So that's how I got introduced to it. So then I went back, I reapplied before even starting college as plastics engineering, went to Penn State Behrend, like you said, in Erie. It's an engineering branch campus. Went there for 4.5 years because I did a co-op, and I did my co-op actually with Toyota. So that's how I got my foot in the door there. During my time there, I did several undergrad internships and everything along those lines, got a lot of that experience under my belt, and went from there. So that's how I got introduced into it, and molding specifically. Like I said, I had applied as undecided engineering, excuse me, and was leaning toward electrical and chemical, two totally different things. Found plastics engineering. It was a really good mix between math and chemistry, which I loved. And so that's how it went for me.
Awesome. Now, looking out into the future in on-demand manufacturing, what are some of the things you're most excited about working on and learning more about?
Yeah, specifically this year, and I didn't realize I had such a passion for it yet. With everything going on in the world, of course, medical devices have been huge.
Mhm.
Xometry's had the privilege of supporting a ton of medical projects, and anything coded related was really interesting to work on because you had that direct impact to society, as well as things of that nature. And typically, I mean, medical devices are huge in injection molding anyways, but just being that we can help on such a short notice and so quickly is really, really awesome, and I'm passionate about that. I mean, aside from that, injection molding is present all over the world, all over every industry. Plastic is present basically anywhere. It's the most common processing method out there for long-term solutions, right? There's of course 3D printing and everything like that. but it's very present everywhere, especially medical devices and automotive. My background, like you said before, present there. Basically, when you're sitting in the driver's seat of a car, everything you see around you is basically injection molded, right? Um, and then consumables. I mean, it's just really exciting all around that there's not one specialization. Although my degree is very specialized, it's very broad in the world. So I'm very thankful for that.
Excellent. Now, why do you think Xometry is a good choice for someone looking for injection molding?
So good. I love this question. Um, so Xometry does specialize in quick turn parts, right? We do offer a lot of different solutions for short-term solutions as well as long-term. For injection molding specifically, it really depends on your volumes that you're looking at. Typically I say around, quantity 100 or more, you want to start looking at injection molding, especially with Xometry. We offer very, very quick solutions. Typically you can have parts in hand between, oh gosh, depending on the location, as little as 3 weeks, if not less. So really, really exciting to get an actual physical part in hand so quickly. And I know that's so important to our customer base out there because everything is needed yesterday, right? You just want it so quickly. And we do offer that solution. And we're so happy that we can do that. So Xometry is a really, really good solution for your injection molding needs as well as everything else, of course. And on top of that, you have the pleasure of working with me and the rest of our injection molding team. We offer tons of communication with our engineers, including myself, as well as, a lot of collaboration back and forth on design and recommendations, ideas, brainstorming, everything like that. So really
That's
fun.
awesome. Yeah, we have grown our injection molding team in recent years with some
Fun.
great additions like Kyra, and the communication. I've been really impressed with how you communicate with people, with our customers, and how they communicate back with us.
Mm-hmm.
So switching gears a bit, what advice would you have for someone kind of just starting out in their career who wants to do what you're doing now?
Oh, that's good. I wish I had somebody like this when I was starting out. No, what I learned very quickly was real world experience is critical.
Hmm.
Um, when I was doing my undergrad, I guess let me back up a little bit farther. Going to that really small school, really small town, you didn't really have a lot of examples, if you will. Social media wasn't that huge then. I'm not dating myself or anything, but it just wasn't a good resource at that time. I mean, I didn't get LinkedIn or anything until I was in college. So being there, I didn't really have anybody to kind of look up to in that regards. That's why I got so excited when I found that facility that I mentioned before. Just understanding that there is somebody out there that can help me who did offer a lot of advice and guidance and everything like that as well. So the number one piece of advice I will say is that real world experience. I mean, during my undergrad, I did 5 different internships, mostly in automotive. That's where I started out, full time after school. But all over the world, I made it a point never to go back to one facility. Even if I loved it, I wanted to get as much diversity as I could on my resume to prepare me for the real world. So that would be my number one point of advice: is get yourself maybe a mentor and get your feet wet, get your hands dirty. I'm a very hands-on learner, so that was kind of natural for me to go into that and really get in there, learn a lot. You learn a lot reading the books too, but you learn a lot more, in my opinion, doing it yourself.
That's great advice. Kyra, thank you for joining us today. It's been great talking to you.
You as well. Thank you so much, Aaron.
All right, and we'll be back with another episode of OK Zoomer in a couple days. Thank you.
Bye.